Everyone is making ground beef like this after seeing this genius idea. I'll start my recipe by cutting a cabbage into slices like this, and I'll cut the whole cabbage this way. I've already cut all the cabbage into slices, not too thin. Now I'll set it aside and move on to the next step. Continuing, I'll put 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter in my pan, with the heat already on, but you can use margarine. Now I'll melt this butter very well. Alright, the butter is well melted. Now I'll add 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika. And I'll add 3 garlic cloves sliced thinly. I'll stir it around, letting the garlic brown nicely, and then I'll come back to continue the recipe. Don't forget to share this recipe with your family and friends so they can make it too. The garlic has browned beautifully. Now I'll take the cabbage slices and place them in the butter, letting them brown on one side. Once one side is done, I'll come back to flip them. A few minutes have passed, and one side is golden brown. Using 2 spatulas, I'll now flip the cabbage to brown the other side. Look at that. Both sides are perfectly browned. Now I'll transfer them to a plate and repeat the process with the remaining cabbage slices. I've fried all the cabbage slices. Now I'll place them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, arranging them side by side. In a bowl, I'll add 1 kilogram of ground beef. I'll also add chives to taste. If you don't like chives, you don't need to add them, or you can substitute other ingredients. I'll add 3 minced garlic cloves, a pinch of nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of dried herbs. Using my hands, I'll mix all the ingredients very well. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from so I can send you a big shout out in the next video. Look at that. Everything is well mixed. The aroma from the spices in the meat is amazing. I'll take a good amount of the meat and shape it into small balls like this. Look how wonderful they look. I'll place them on a plate and repeat the process with the rest of the meat. All the meatballs are ready. Now it's time to assemble the recipe. Over the cabbage slices, I'll sprinkle a little salt to season them. And I'll add a bit of black pepper. That's done. Now I'll place slices of red onion on each cabbage piece. You can use white onion if you prefer. I'll now take the meatballs and place them on top of the cabbage and onion. Using a masher, I'll press the meat down like this. If you don't have a masher, you can use a glass. It works just as well. All the meat has been flattened onto the cabbage. I'll set it aside for now. On my cutting board, I'll grate 1 zucchini using the coarser side of the grater. You can use the finer side if you prefer. I've grated the zucchini. I'll set it aside and move to the next step. In a bowl, I'll add 200 grams of heavy cream, along with 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce, but you can use tomato paste. I'll also add cilantro. If you don't like it, you can skip it. Now I'll mix everything very well until it's all incorporated. Look at that! My sauce is ready. It looks amazing! I'll add the grated zucchini over the meat, covering it. You can add as much or as little as you'd like. Then I'll pour the sauce over this wonderful recipe. Everything is ready. Now I'll bake it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. My recipe is ready. Look how amazing it turned out. Look at this dish. The aroma is fantastic, and I know the taste will be too. I'll cut a piece to show you how it looks inside. Look how juicy this meat is. Let me know in the comments how you'd rate this recipe on a scale of 1 to 10. Now I'll enjoy this incredible recipe. Enjoy your meal.